constantly pursuing you in the dream and in the physical, but are pursuing you in the dreams and in the physical. It's a constant thing that is going on in your life. Dogs are pursuing you physically. They pursue you even in the dream. Like that sister was saying that in her dreams, dogs will abandon everybody and pursue only her. The world in which we live is a very wicked world. The world in which we live is a mystical world. You heard what Mama said here the other day, that dog pursuing her all the times in her dreams. Pursuing her all the time, biting her, even in the physical. And she went and made peace with somebody who offended her, somebody who is not even a Christian, somebody who is not even born again. She went to the person and made peace, and the person just made his hand like that and said, "Spirit of talk out." From that day till today, dog has never chased that mama in the physical and in the spirit. Have you were here that day? You heard that testimony? Let me see your hand if you were here. You heard it? Yes. So there are people that have spirits. There are people that have spirits, and they project these spirits into people. If you go and attack somebody who belongs to a marine altar, when the person is angry, the marine altar will find out why is the person angry, and they will discover that it is somebody who have made the person angry. The marine altar will attack you. The person may be unaware. The person may not know that the altar where she belongs or he belongs is fighting you. But because the altars are prone to protect, when our forefathers go to native doctors and say, "Protect my family," anything that want to fight my family, fight the person, fight the thing. Anybody want to kill members of my family, kill the person. So you're under the protection of an evil spirit. You don't have a godly covering. The hand of God is not there to cover you. Then suddenly now, when somebody provoke you, somebody threaten you, somebody is fighting you, now you are angry with the person. You tell the person you will see. Ignorant you tell the person you will see. When you now go to the house to sleep, the powers that your fathers made a transaction with them that they should protect the children in the house, they will now rise and fight the person. That's why sometimes you see people dream, they call you witch, of which you are not a witch. They call people witch, of which they are not a witch. It is where a transaction are taking place in their background against their life. Their fathers or their forefathers from their husband's side or from the mother's side had already made a transaction with native doctors, with evil spirit, that this evil spirit should protect their children and protect their children's children right up to the third and fourth generation. The transaction had already taken place, and your forefathers had paid the sacrifice, had given the sacrifice. It could be a goat, it could be ordinary whiskey, it could be kola nut that was given to the idols, and church was given to them that they should protect your family. And now they begin to monitor you, they begin to follow you up. Every child you born is under the watchful eye of those spirits. Every grandchild born by your child is under the watchful eye of that spirit. Anybody that attack, whether your child or your grandchild or you yourself, will be attacked by that spirit, even when your child is not aware of, even when your grandchild is not aware of. That's how complicated the wicked world is. It's like Laban. And when he discovered that Jacob had tricked him, he set up himself and moved overnight to overtake Jacob and kill Jacob. When finally he arrived where Jacob was, and before he arrived where Jacob was, Laban had a dream, and God appeared to him in the night and warned him and said, "If you touch Jacob, I kill you." But before God will warn, God introduced himself and said, "I am the God of Abraham, I am the God of Isaac." Jacob is a covenant son. If you touch him, I kill you. At that moment that Laban had that dream, he changed his mind and said, I will not touch this man. I have been warned. When finally now he met Jacob, he told Jacob, it is in my power, but the God of your fathers have warned me that I should not do you any harm. I should not even speak anything negative about you. He instead made peace with Jacob. They ate and had fellowship together, and he made a covenant with Jacob that till you die, I will never kill you. Do you understand me? So that is how transactions are. Why? Because Abraham had sacrificed to God. Abraham had offered sacrifice to God. He had built a working relationship with God, and God had promised him that he will bless him and bless his children, and he will curse whoever curses him. And God had also told Abraham that your children and your grandchildren shall possess the gates of their enemies. So now Jacob was not aware of what Abraham did. Jacob was not aware of what his father Isaac did. But the God of Abraham and Isaac showed up to defend Jacob when evil was around his life, when they were about to annihilate him, when they were about to extinguish his life, when they were about to extinct him, when they were about to finish him and kill him and lost all the evidence. The power of God was behind him. And so that is how transactions occur. When they carry your name, maybe your father is in need of a child, your mother is in need of a child, or someone threatened your mother, someone threatened your father, there is a sickness that is going on in their family really need healing, they really need cure, they really need deliverance, they need protection from witchcraft powers. By all means, they now go and to a witch doctor, a native doctor, and they take some charms, they cut marks on them, and then the spirit promised them protection. 300 years. Anybody who touches a child from that family, that covenant that was signed 300 years, is still speaking on behalf of that child. I don't know if you understand me. The covenant that was signed hundreds of years ago will still be binding, will still be functional, will still be operational in the life of that child. Let me give you a typical example. Our forefathers, now let me just give you from a specific family, because some of you will understand what I'm talking about. Let's just say from a specific family. There's a child that is a stubborn armed robber, a big time criminal, but each time he commit a crime, they can never catch him. It will be in a gang, they will go together, commit crime, they will catch other, but they will not catch him. But he has never taken any charm anywhere. Why? There is a covenant in the family of such a person many years back that was signed that they should be free from that trouble. That person will out committing crime, thinking that it is his luck, he is lucky that they don't catch him, but there's a covenant at work in his life. Why innocent people are serving prison sentence for a crime that they did not commit, but simply because they were friends with that person, but there was no covenant at work in their life. You understand me? There was no covenant at work in their life, but in there are other people, there's a covenant at work in their life. That's how the mystic, the spirit world is. And you need to understand these things so that you begin to deal with them squarely. It's all about declaration. When a declaration is made, the tree and the fruit is affected. When you read that Jeremiah chapter 18 verse 18, which I gave you yesterday, when they saw the ministry, the potential of Jeremiah, they said, let us devise wickedness in our. The pastors will always receive the law of God, and the prophets will always receive messages from the Lord. They said the only thing to damage them, the only thing to destroy them, let us use our mouth and spoil them. They will not stop you from this native doctor. Cover me, cover my family. And the native doctor will say, okay, if I cover you and cover your family, you make sure that you will bring all your children to me, right? You say yes. They will worship me, right? You say yes. And your father will carry something and come and bury it in the compound. And everybody in that compound will be connected to that thing. That, let me tell you, that explains the reason why some of you packed to some certain compound, you have very good sleep. You sleep very well. But when you go back to your own compound, you never sleep well. That explains why sometimes you can be sleeping very well in your own compound, but when you leave and go to another compound, you cannot sleep. You are restless the whole night. It's all about covenants that are in operation in such environments. It's all about what? That are what? In what? In such environments. So take note of that. Take note of that. And I also say, when you run away from God to consult native doctor, then let me say, when you constantly reap failure in everything you lay your hand, know that there is a curse at work. When your business is dry, ministry is dry. If you're a pastor, ministry is dry, business is dry, you do all kind of business, everything is dry. Failure is an indication that it is a power that is fighting you from your background. We're exposing these things to help you, so that you should come and cry to God. And that no matter how dangerous and how nasty your foundation may be, for the sake of the children unborn and for the sake of those alive, He will bring deliverance to you in the name of Jesus Christ. Shoes get missing, your clothes get missing, money get missing anyhow. Things are just disappearing like that. Documents are just disappearing like that. Things are just getting missing in the house. What is really going on? You keep asking this question. It is because something is pursuing you from your foundation. Something is pursuing you from your foundation. Some of you dream, all your dreams, you're constantly taking snapshots. Somebody is snapping you. If you have dream that somebody is snapping you, he's taking picture of you. It's a very bad dream. Or there's somebody that you don't know is plaiting your hair. That's another bad dream again. Or you keep dreaming you're in a funeral service and they're shaving your hair. That's a terrible bad dream. You are eating amongst people you don't know. That's another bad dream. As I'm talking like this, I'm provoking those evil spirits within you. I'm exposing them, because those are the things that you are going through, not the things that you experience. And so when I talk like this, I expose them. And as I expose them, and one other way that you know that truly there's a power fighting you from your background is when you subscribe to the wrong marriage. I don't want to over talk about that. When that you will do everything possible to understand, but the person will never understand you. Quarrel, fighting every day, and so on and so forth. These are things we must fight. And what shall you do when you're already in the wrong marriage? You have to ask God for grace to go through it, and ask God to bring deliverance to the person concerned. When the devil is monitoring you from your background, you have what we call sudden loss of ideas. When you get to a situation where you are supposed to apply wisdom, you apply foolishness. There's no fresh idea that can come to your mind and say, do this and succeed, or do this and change the story. Yet children that you have trained, you see them, they are moving forward, they are prospering, but you're in one position, you don't know what to do. You're like someone that water has gone and has left you behind. For God to prosper you, He needs to send good ideas to you. But if there are forces fighting you from your background, you will always lack ideas. If there are battles you are going through, you will always lack ideas. You will never know what to do to come out of situations. And the only thing you conclude is to cry, point finger, point hand. Is this man that is responsible? Is this man that is responsible? 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Come on. Saying that, well, this thing is a normal thing. You are taking life easy. Accepting failure as if it is a gift from God. It's an indication that something is dangerously wrong with your life. That things in your life, you must rise squarely and face them squarely. If your marriage is not working, you must rise and face it squarely. If business is not moving, you must rise and face it squarely. You don't sit down and say that, well, nothing that we got, but don't say, go, now so it did, now so it did. Now so the worldly day, now so the worldly day. You keep singing that song. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Ignorant people, innocent people, moving up and down. Yet the devil is haunting you. As long as your forefathers confined certain things from you, they didn't expose things to your father, whatever they planted will continue to work. The intention of darkness or the kingdom of darkness is to destroy the tree and the fruit. But if you become a child of God, you begin to serve God, He releases His blessing upon your life and His blessing upon the fruit of thy womb. That means when you deliver children, the children also are blessed. If you are a child of God, you deliver children, the children also are blessed. If you are a child of the devil, that means you have not given your life to Jesus. You go and begin to consult satanic priests and satanic powers. Whatever they give you has the capacity to damage you and damage your children. Jeremiah is telling us slaughter, yet people are devising wicked things against these innocent people to destroy both the tree and the fruit. That means to destroy both the people and the fruit of the womb. That is what is happening to many of us here. But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter. I knew not that they had planned wickedness against me, saying, let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof, and let us cut him off from the hands of the from the land of the living, that his name may be no more remembered. When a native doctor is giving a ring to hold, to put in your hand, they're giving you a chain, they're giving you a calabash, a bottle to go and plant in your compound, they're giving you a tree to go and plant, they're giving you some things to swallow, they are cutting your body with razor blade and putting things into you. In their heart, what they are saying is, let us destroy the tree and its fruit. Innocent you, like a sheep, you show your hand, they are butchering your hand and putting those things. Innocent sheep like you, innocent you like a sheep, you are carrying something from a native doctor and you are swallowing. You carry the heart of a goat, you swallow. The heart of a bird, you swallow. The heart of the fowl, you swallow. The heart of fowl, you swallow. The heart of kunyam, you swallow. The heart of swine, you swallow. The heart of this, you swallow. Blood of this, you drink. Innocent you, without knowing that they are destroying the tree and the fruit of the tree. They want to wipe out the name of your family from the face of the earth. That it should not be registered amongst of your family from the face of the earth. They're wiping the name of your family from the face of the earth. He said, let us do this so as to erase the name of these people. And you don't know that what they are giving you is a tool through which they're going to use to monitor your life. You don't know that what they're giving you is a mirror that they're going to use to destroy your children and your children's children. Your forefathers, they don't know. Let me tell you the true child of God. Let me tell you the true child of God. The children that you raise from today can never go through what you have gone through, because you have fought a lot of battles for them. You have prayed too much prayer for them. You have confronted the altars that ought to confront them. You have fought the devils that ought to fight them. The disappointment that ought to be fought, or like a sheep so ignorant is led to the slaughter without even knowing. There's a man on Facebook who displays, he must have seen somebody called Salt Bay. Don't know, some of you have seen that.